am Shervin Eshagian. I'm a Yavne alumni. I graduated in 1992, and I'm currently practicing cardiology in private practice here in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles. I think having a Jewish education has meant a lot to me because I saw the sacrifices that my parents had to make for me. Dragged us every day to go to Yavne because it was considered to be the best school at the time. I know it wasn't easy for them, both every day to drive us, all four of us, to school, and also financially. It was a huge burden on them. When someone goes to Jewish school, you're spending your time learning both the secular studies, learning your science, mathematics, social studies, but then you spend about 10 to 15 hours a week, and you have your Jewish studies, you have your Chumash, Navi, Gemara, and that really opens up your brain, that challenges you. When you go to school, right, everyone learns the same, basic skills, you learn the same mathematical skills, science skills, but what I felt like I had an additional advantage or an additional education was how to be a good human being. You learn about ethics and morals. You learn about concepts such as tzedakah, giving charity, bikur cholim, visiting the sick. And this is what we did in our free time. And again, those are the concepts that build your character, build who you're going to be at a young age. And that carries on with you. Now having kids, I realize and appreciate how good that is. Looking back at what I learned when I was young, I should have appreciated it even more, because not only did you learn about things that are applicable to now, for example, you learn concepts about copyrights, you learn about punishment and reward, you learned about judgments, and there are a lot of aspects of that have a practical aspect to how you can think now. But what's even more important is this concept of figuring out different sides of an argument. I think today more than ever, a formal Jewish education is critical. And it's not only about the things that you learn, like the dual curriculum, but it's really about the person that you become in the future. When you have a Jewish education, you learn how to be a good human being. As a parent, that means a lot to me, and this is why it's important for me to pass on that tradition and that gift to my children as they grow up, so they can have that same upbringing that I did. On a personal note, Rabbi Einhorn and I were classmates when we were growing up. And I'm very appreciative to him and his parents, Gerald and Marlene, for always hosting me, because I always lived on the other side of town to make sure I didn't miss out on any of the opportunities for Shabbat. And they always hosted me and allowed me to come here. And I'm glad to be able to stay in touch with them and to be helpful to Yavne as an alumni.